Okay. All right, so I got Oh, the horror of getting old. Where'd my ratchet go? Oh, are you shitting me? Are you with all the things? That's it, I'm scared. Hey everybody, welcome back to Hoopstick Performance. Got the Ski Team Subaru getting ready to pull this motor out. Remember, I don't know if you do remember, but I had explained previously what had happened with this car was I was given this car for doing car repairs on a friend's car that owned it. It would not stop overheating. It would not stop overheating. So here's the rundown on that, quick and dirty. They had to change the rad support. When they changed the rad support, they opened the system. They got an air bubble in it. Could not get it to go away. Didn't realize it was an air bubble, and then literally just started throwing parts at it. First thing that it got was a new thermostat. And it was a $5 AutoZone thermostat. And it did what a $5 thermostat would do. Nothing. Didn't open right. It was multiple pieces. I ended up using it as troubleshooting, but we'll get there. So, next thing they did, threw a radiator at it. Still didn't do anything, obviously because we know it had an air bubble in it. They didn't know that, we know that. And I'm going to tell you how we knew that. So then they put a water pump in it. That still didn't sort it. And at this point in time, my buddy just said, that's it, I'm done. Parked it in his driveway, and for 2 years I badgered him, when are you going to sell me that car? When are you going to sell me that car? I want that car, I want that car. Well, finally they said, hey, we need this work done to one of our other cars, to one of our SUVs. Can you do that? We'll give you your car. Yes, I'll do that. So I get the car home. Very first thing I do is start chasing an air bubble. I get the spill-proof funnel out. I drive the car up on ramp, so it's sitting like this. Put this at definitively the highest point in the whole cooling system. Let it sit and run in front of my house for almost an hour. Never gets hot. Drive it for 5 minutes, it gets hot. So it's the middle of summer. It's got water in it, doesn't have any antifreeze in it. And this is how I use the AutoZone thermostat. I took the water neck off and I pulled that thermostat out, and I realized what was happening with it. I took a 1/4-inch drill bit and I drilled 4 holes in it, and I put it back in. And then I drove the car to Pensacola, Florida, and it never overheated. Oh. So, let that be a lesson to you. 1, use OEM stuff. Now, bring it back to that. The car's got water in the cooling system. It's got a $5 El Cheapo part store thermostat in it. And it's got no heat. And it's coming on winter. PA winter. And anybody who knows things, I'm going to start tearing this apart because there's so much stuff that you have to take off of these. Well, that does have a nut on it. How we do it? Alright. Anyway. So, it's coming on to winter time. You know, the car's full of water, not cooling. And I thought I had better get this sorted. And if I'm going to open the cooling system, I might as well take that drilled thermostat out of it and put the right thermostat in it. Put the OEM thermostat in it. So I do that. Neighbor of mine lets me use his garage. Cool guy. Put the OEM Subaru branded thermostat in the car. While it's sitting there running, it blows both head gaskets at idle. Starts dumping water everywhere. And not only did it blow them to atmosphere, it also blew them into the combustion chambers. And I haven't opened this up because I'd like to reuse this motor at some point in time. Did not blow it into the oil passages. That blows my mind. So, it literally, when you start the car, it'll pour water out both cylinder heads. And it'll blow. It is James Bond smoke screen. It's insane. But so anyway, that I'm guessing was literally due to nothing but the extra coolant system pressure of having a proper thermostat in it. Alright, well that popped right out. And let's just go ahead and get this out of here before I break it. The guy should not be around this much plastic. I'm aware that we've already confirmed that this stuff is made out of graphite, not plastic. Potato, potato. I don't know if there's any coolant left in this motor. I know that the smoke screen has gotten progressively less and less as we go. So, it is actually quite hard to say. Oh, shots have been fired. Oh, that's gonna stay particular. It's gonna stay particular right there. Beautiful. Alright. Boy, they were not messing around about that thing not coming unplugged. All right. I don't know where my 5 drain pans are. I want to get this radiator out. But I don't want to risk it. It still has half a gallon of coolant in it. I think the medium pair is what I use to take. I'm taking this out. There we go. Alright, now that I'm done apparently taking pictures, here's what we're going to do. We're going to finish taking this freaking AC compressor off because I'm not cracking this sumbitch open because it gets cold. I'm saying about cold. So it don't even do all the things. Alright. We were looking for the... I was looking at it. I gotta quit talking in third person. That's annoying. With me. let's get these parts a little more situated. That's Volkswagen junk. Sweet, we're leaving all in the pins, all over all in the places. I need stuff to organize all my tools. And I'm getting this friggin' getting these trenches with me. Well, I can't believe I didn't fucking rush. Well, from apparently, yeah, she got pressures. Good deal. Otherwise, this was all for freaking naught. What the hell was that even for? Well, that's to hold the top half of the intake. Well, learning about you guys is like, you understand. stack up there. These are just shit wheels tires. Well, effectively, those shit tires. Just to be able to do what I need to do. Alright, so anyway. I forgot what I was doing. Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to fart, and it's going to smell bad. I need to stop with that. It's very ridiculous. So what you're telling me is I can take this bolt out and that bolt out, and the compressor will come on. Well, I'm going to have to take this alternator bolt out, too. I don't think I can clear that idler. Maybe if I shoot a 22-mile long extension across its clearing, it's gonna. We'll see where am I. Can't go down. Those are definitely not fucking 12 mils. Shit always gotta be so damn simple. By simple, I mean stupid. So wait, that's a different bracket. I don't need to take that out. I'm separated off of this bracket. Okay, we're back. I'm going to take the fuel line off. The high pressure side uses one of these compression fittings. It's kind of like a shark bite, sort of. And anybody that has the choice to get these or get the metal flippy-do plier ones, get the metal flippy-do plier ones. They're way better than these flimsy plastic joints. What I'm going to end up doing here is I'm going to end up disconnecting this high pressure side up at the firewall. Well, that came off pretty easy up here. Let's try it down here. Maybe I can get the damn thing. Maybe she was just being stubborn. Maybe if I bolted that bolt back to the damn intake, that bracket rather, bolted that damn bracket back in, maybe if I learned how to talk, we'd get all the shit done. I'd be over here all mush mouth on Fat Albert, all blah, 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 blah. On some bullshit. There we go. No. Make sure you don't want to play nice. And that top side just popped right off. We're just going to do this. I tell you, that bitch just come right off there. These things are coming. You know, like kids' cereal, they tempt you, they tease you with the shiny, bright colors. At the end of the day, the metal one's better. The plain old silver one is better. Channel lost here in the wild somewhere. Turn line. Now maybe can a guy, now he's got room. Rocky Horror in a minute and just be like, damn it, Janet. I don't know. We got multiple layers on this joint. That was that other camera. This one's recording with a full battery. So yeah, all of them things. Go look at this camera right quick. Perfect. What's my phone again? It's still in here. This is supposed to be not in here. That one is supposed to be in here. So that's what I'm doing. Yep, it's actually a 10 too. Nope, exclamation point, not me, period, period, period. I'm still working.
All right, so I don't know if anybody remembers me saying, but right before the car blew that gasket, like literally minutes before, I changed the exhaust manifold gasket. So all the exhaust manifold bolts are coming out fairly easy. The right side, the passenger side, is already completely out, and I've got one of the three out of the driver's side, and then we're gonna disconnect the oxygen sensors and disconnect it from the mid pipe, and it's going to come the whole way out because it's not going back in because I've got a 4-to-1 unequal length header. And fuck that, so let me go ahead and get this the rest of the way disconnected. Do a bit of wall dancing, all those things. Oh, all the oxidation. And the illuminations of the communication. Alright, that's two of those. And every one of these, the stud has come out. Oh, hey. So we're going to remove the whole exhaust pipe, apparently. Okay. Let me, we're going to hold this for a second. So I move my fat ass out of the way and get the creeper out of the way. You'll be able to see what's going on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, disconnect the oxygen sensors right now, and get a jack underneath that, or at least get a skate underneath it. So we're going to be doing an exhaust, apparently. I mean, I knew this was a problem, but I was hoping that I could deal with it another time. Apparently not. That's fine though. That makes the whole header aspect nice because I can disconnect it completely outside of the car. So, you know, it's staring at my shoe. Here are the oxygen sensor clips. Let me go ahead and yes, just to remind everybody, I am in PA, and no, I am not sponsored by Buc-ee's. But if Buc-ee's wants to send me beast burritos every day, I will not be angry. All right, that's one sensor out. Other sensor out. Get these unclipped from the engine. And then we don't have to worry about damaging anything. And the exhaust can come right on down. I didn't jack that wire. Doesn't matter, I'm not reusing that manifold. I just don't want to damage the... Doesn't matter, I'm not using those wires either. Apparently, there's been a disconnect in my brain with all of the things. Is it just 2 oxygen sensors or are there 3? There should be one on this side, I would think. Yes, no? Wait, you know what? There's a manifold over here I can use for reference. Hey. I gotta do it from this side. Doo, doo, doo. All right. So here's what it is. So, of course it would move and you can't see. All right, so Subaru doesn't monitor each bank apparently. Because this is a bank and this is a bank. They don't monitor it. You got upstream oxygen sensor, which means it's before the catalytic converter, just like a river. And downstream oxygen sensor, which means it's after the cat. That's all the monitoring that we're doing apparently on the EJ253, because this came off of a 2010 Legacy, and it did not have a check engine light. So, all right, well, I'm going to get back to this and see how quick we can get this engine out. Okay, so I believe that this is going to fly in the face of what we conventionally believe to be true about torque converters, in that normally the torque converter would bolt. The bolt would come from the front side and go through the flywheel and into the torque converter, but apparently in the Subaru the bolt goes through the transmission side and bolts into a thread boss, a gusset that is welded, well, I guess a boss would be a more accurate term, that's welded into onto the flywheel, the flex plate. So what I want to do is I just want to turn this and see if we can find something that matches that description. Perfect. That didn't work. Again, with that damn wing. I don't understand why it feels it necessary to hurdle itself onto the ground so regularly. It's very up in arms about being put on a Volkswagen. shit's just falling everywhere. Sweet. We're just gonna have carnage and mayhem up in this mother truck driving Southern Flame again. I don't even care. Anyway. What do I need? I need another outlet strip, which is available for finding. Available for finding right here, which will give us an extra 3 feet of cord, which is really all we need. This fan, Cadillac fan. .500 cubic inch. Big block Cadillac fan. Alright, now we can get all of these things. Phone's still recording. Let me see. Oh wow, yeah. See now. Yeah, see. Yeah, see, that bolt's going the other way. So, it means that there has to be an access port somewhere on this side of the engine. And I would guess it's probably underneath. I think that's going to do it for tonight. And, you know, huge progress, big time. Exhaust is out. Everything's out except for those bottom two nuts. Maybe Corey can come help and get those last two because he does brilliant things like that. And then we can figure out what the hell's up with these torque converter bolts. Because they look like they follow traditional wisdom actually, which is that they pass through the flex plate first. Which means that there has to be some kind of access. Right there it is. Right there's the access. Oh, perfect. All right, so like I said, that's going to do it for tonight. That's going to do it for tonight. Wow. I'd like to apologize for the train wreck that was this production. We'll be back to a nice big 4K camera on the next shot. So until I see you again, thanks for watching. Give me a like, give me a subscribe. Tell your friends, let's get this thing going. Beautiful. Peace, thanks.